I never thought I'd be the kind of guy to share something like this online. But sometimes life throws you a punch so hard, you either speak up or stay silent and suffer. My name's Raymond, and I've always believed in love, trust, and building a life together with someone. I was raised that way by a single mother who taught me that loyalty meant everything. So when I met Jennifer, I thought I hit the jackpot. She was beautiful, smart, and confident. We met at a mutual friend's engagement party in Austin. She laughed at my jokes, leaned into my conversation, and made me feel like I was the only man in the room. Fast forward 2 years, and we were married. I thought everything was perfect. We had a house in the suburbs, a golden retriever named Max, and shared dreams of building a future. I worked in tech, brought in a decent salary, and always made sure the bills were paid and then some. We had a joint account. That was my idea. I wanted everything to be transparent between us. I thought sharing finances would mean we trusted each other fully, and I trusted her completely, so much that I didn't even notice the little changes at first. Like how she started taking more me-time trips, or how she'd hide her phone the moment I walked into a room. I chalked it up to stress, work, hormones. I never imagined betrayal would be hiding right under my nose. One Thursday afternoon, I was home early from a canceled meeting and decided to do something nice. I wanted to surprise Jennifer with a weekend getaway. I opened our banking app to check how much we had set aside. That's when my stomach sank. There was a $14,000 withdrawal I didn't recognize. 14 grand gone, labeled as a cashier's check. My first instinct was to believe there had to be a mistake. Maybe it was something she forgot to tell me. Maybe a family emergency or a big purchase she planned to surprise me with. I called her, calmly, asked her about the transaction. Her voice changed the moment I brought it up. She got defensive, said I was spying on her and that she did not need to explain every dollar she spent. I was floored. That wasn't like her. Or maybe I was just now seeing who she really was. I kept pressing until she finally snapped and yelled, "It was for a car, all right?" I paused. "A car for who?" I asked. And that's when she whispered it. "For Marcus. He needed help." Marcus, her ex, the guy she claimed was ancient history, the same man she told me had cheated on her, broken her heart, and left her for someone else. I felt like the room was spinning. She used our money to buy him a car? I couldn't breathe. I couldn't even think straight. I hung up without another word and just sat there staring at the wall, trying to make sense of it all. The betrayal wasn't just about the money, it was the principle. She had taken the very thing I gave her, my trust, my heart, my partnership, and handed it over to the man she once said ruined her life. And she didn't even have the decency to feel sorry about it. I didn't sleep that night or the next. But by the third morning, I had made up my mind. If she could betray me that coldly, then she had no idea what I was capable of when pushed too far. I couldn't sleep that night. I laid there next to her, wondering how long she had been doing this behind my back. She slept like a baby while I was burning with betrayal. Every time I closed my eyes, all I could see was that message. "Thanks for the car. You didn't have to." I kept asking myself, what else has she done that I don't know about? What other secrets was she hiding? It wasn't just the money, it was the fact that she used our money, what we both saved, for him, her ex, the man she swore was out of her life. The next morning, I acted like everything was fine. I kissed her goodbye, told her I'd be late coming home, and headed straight to the bank. I sat down with the manager and transferred every single cent left in our joint account into a personal account under just my name. I left just enough to keep the account from closing. Barely anything. If she thought she could use my money to play generous with her ex, she was about to learn something the hard way. After that, I went to meet with a divorce lawyer. I told him everything, how she secretly took our funds and used it for another man. He didn't even flinch. Said he's seen worse, but this case was open and shut. Financial betrayal is still betrayal. He told me we could file right away. And I did. Papers were drawn up and ready to be served. That evening, I came home like I promised. She was in the kitchen making dinner like everything was normal. I played along, sat down, ate with her, smiled even. I needed her to feel secure before the storm. At one point during dinner, I asked her how her day was. She said, just work. Nothing special. The lies rolled off her tongue so easily. Later that night, while she was in the shower, I went through her phone again. This time, I wasn't even sneaky about it. I wanted to find more. And I did. Not just one message, dozens. She had been talking to her ex for months. Sweet words, flirty texts, even photos. She told him she missed him, said she wished she'd never married me. I took screenshots of everything, every dirty little word. I saved them to a flash drive. I didn't confront her that night. I just waited. Because the next morning, I had a plan. I posted a simple status on Facebook. No names, just a message that said, imagine working hard for years, saving up with your wife, only to find out she used your money to buy her ex a car and lied about it. I didn't expect it to blow up, but it did. My inbox was flooded. People were shocked, angry, asking for details. Of course, I stayed silent, but my wife saw it, and she knew it was about her. She came running into the room holding her phone, eyes wide. Why would you post this? She asked. Why are you making a scene? I didn't even look up. I told her, scene, oh, this is just the trailer. She started crying, said I was humiliating her. I said, good, that's the point. By that afternoon, the divorce papers were served, right to her office. I knew she'd be embarrassed, but I didn't care. She wanted to disrespect our marriage in private. She was going to deal with the consequences in public. She begged me to talk, said it was just a moment of weakness, claimed he was going through something and needed help, that it didn't mean anything. I laughed. I told her, funny how your weakness was stronger than your loyalty. She didn't even have a response to that. The worst part, her ex didn't even stick around. As soon as she told him I found out, he blocked her, completely disappeared. She lost me and him, and now everyone knew what she had done. I moved out that evening, took my things, left her there to drown in the mess she created. I wasn't going to let her drag me down with her. I'd already lost enough. But I wasn't done just yet. She had no idea what was still coming. I didn't even sleep that night. I just sat there in my car outside the hotel, staring at the ceiling, trying to make sense of everything. My wife, the woman I built a life with, used my money to buy another man a car. Not just any man, her ex, the same guy she cried about, the same one she said ruined her emotionally. I replayed everything in my head, her lies, her late-night gym visits, the weird texts, her new obsession with secrecy. It all made sense now. I was being played, and I had to act fast. By morning, I had already moved the rest of the money from our joint account into a private account I opened overnight. She must have realized it because around 10 a.m., she called me 7 times. I didn't answer. Then the texts started coming in. Baby, we need to talk. I don't know what's going on, but please come home. I can explain everything. Please don't do anything stupid. I wasn't about to reply. Not yet. I needed her to sweat. I contacted a lawyer. I wanted everything done right. I wanted divorce papers filed. I wanted every financial document pulled. And I wanted my name off any asset we shared, except the house, which I planned to sell immediately. I wasn't just walking away. I was walking away clean. That evening, I finally went home. She ran up to me crying, already sensing something was wrong. I didn't hug her. I didn't say a word. I just walked past her and sat down at the dining table, laid the printed bank statements on the table, and pointed at the $12,000 transfer to the dealership. She stood there frozen, her face going pale. I just wanted to help him, she stammered. He's been struggling and… With my money? Babe, I was going to put it back. I swear, he needed a car for work, and I'm not your babe anymore, I said calmly, and don't insult my intelligence. She broke down crying, saying it didn't mean anything, that she just felt bad for him, that she didn't tell me because she knew I'd be mad. No apology, no accountability, just excuses. I pulled the divorce papers from my bag and placed them next to the bank statements. Her mouth dropped. She said it was too much, begged me not to throw away our marriage. I told her she should have thought about that before betraying me. Then I handed her a printed screenshot of the post I had scheduled for social media. I gave her a chance to read it. It didn't have her name, no photos, nothing too exposing. But it laid out the situation perfectly. Imagine your wife using your hard-earned money to buy her ex a car. Not a joke, not a rumor, real life. Be careful who you marry.
I told her it was going live in 15 minutes unless she signed the divorce papers and agreed not to touch anything else in the house or in our finances. She tried to threaten me, said she'd expose me too. I laughed. Do it, I said. Let's see who looks worse in this story. She signed. That post? It went viral. People in our circle put two and two together, and she became the topic of every conversation. Her family called, disappointed and embarrassed. Her friends stopped responding to her messages. Even her job, where I had helped her get an internship years ago, called her in to discuss behavior unbecoming of their brand. Last I heard, her ex ghosted her too. The car was apparently repossessed after he failed to make payments, and she was stuck paying fees for it. As for me, I sold the house, kept my savings, and moved to another city. Started fresh. I met someone new. Not rushing it, just building slowly. She knows the story. She respects the fact that I stood up for myself. You know, people always say, be the bigger person. But sometimes being the bigger person means teaching someone a lesson they'll never forget.